So firstly, I think the most important thing to understand about our service is that we outsourced everything back in 2005. We outsourced customer service, and when we outsourced customer service, we outsourced it. We said, listen, it's not our problem anymore. We don't care about anything. We don't care about telephone calls. We don't care about how you deal with our customers. Just deal with it. Not the most enlightened way of dealing with customer services. So what did we want to change? Well, firstly, we wanted to lower our contact. We wanted better trained staff. We wanted our staff to be educated, to be able to help customers to deliver the right service. We wanted customer services back in-house. I mean, what we really wanted was to be able to take ownership of that customer experience so that when somebody spoke to us, they knew they were speaking to Southwark Council, and they knew that we cared about them. So that was hugely important to us. And we wanted to be able to check with our customers that what we said was done had actually been done. And when you've got the schism between the back office and the front office, it's often difficult to check that out. And of course, times being what they are, we want to reduce our overall cost. The basis of doing all of that was to, the first thing we had to do was get technology in-house. You have to understand that as Southwark, we never ran a contact center before, never ever touched a contact center. When we outsourced it, we had 100 different departments all doing 100 different things. So we had to get technology on board. We had to make it cheaper and quicker to be able to make service changes. So with our outsourcer, every time we picked up the phone and said, actually, we want to change that IVR, we want to change the way the service is delivered, well, firstly, everything came wrapped for some reason in a 2,000 pound, 5,000 pound project management wrapper. Those of you who are in the business probably know exactly what that means. To me, it means throw away money. And then you still have to pay for the rest of it. We want to seek solutions for our partners. So the Avaya was going to forms the basis of our contact center, but it needs to be wider than that. We've got all kinds of partners out there using the most amazing equipment, you know, whether it's fax machines or old telephones that still have that little dial thing on them. They're out there, and we need to bring these people on board as well. So we need something that we could expand and something that we could use, not just ourselves, but also in our community. Well, it worked out. We now have a 24/7, 365 call center, and I know it's 24/7, 365 because I never get any sleep. We have 120 seats. Actually, we've expanded to be 140 seats, and we're looking at expanding again to be about 160 seats. So the ACD, I want to talk about our experience in putting it together as people who are setting up a brand new contact center. Now, I guess for us, we thought we would set it up as our contractor outsourcer did. As is call flows, it seemed to work as far as we were concerned, so why not use those? It turns out it's not quite as easy as that. We have to review all our as-is call flows. Now, the one thing I regret most of all in this project was Sabio came to us in, if we started the project in June, they came to us in July and said, let us do a piece of consultancy work with you to look at some of this stuff. And we said, yeah, that's great. But then for some reason we turned it off. We said, no, forget about it. We'll do it ourselves. We know what we're talking about. As it turned out, we probably didn't know as much as we thought we did. So we wish we had taken them on board. Certainly, the ASOs is important. It's important to make sure you get your statement of works. That's that very first document that you get together, and make sure that's really accurate and detailed. And then make sure your tech specs and your functional specs are all accurate. And if you haven't been through the process yet, you'll soon get to know what these documents mean and how important they are. Once you get those right, everything else just flows. We've seen a 16% increase in the number of calls that are answered, and a decrease in the number of calls we've received. So if I tell you, for example, on any given month, we were getting charged for 60,000 calls a month-ish, we found that our volumes are now around about the 40,000. So it's a big decrease from when the contractor was answering. A lot of that is down to better monitoring. Some of it's down to the first contact resolution stuff. So 78% of our queries are resolved at first point of contact. We've increased that now to 82%, which is great. Unfortunately, we've also had an increase in the number of staff we have. It's now 205. But when this was written, it was 180, which is a lot of people. Savings of £3 million. Can you imagine? That was before the 15% that Jamie Pickup brought to us. £3 million straight off the bat, just by implementing better technology and answering calls better.